Are you into any other games as well, or like hobbies into the nerd realm?
Yeah. Let me see how I can show you this. All right, let me see. So right
Okay.
beside this webcam is this giant overhead webcam
Nice.
because I play Spell Table, which is
Wow.
online Magic the Gathering. So it's like me with my actual physical cards.
Wow.
So I've got my real Magic
Oh,
cards over here, and then the
nice.
webcam shows the map and this webcam. So it's like me, especially a lot of the dudes who are in the band Limbs that we toured with. The last tour we did, we played a lot of Magic backstage. When we got home, like we got to keep it going. So you can play it online with each other, and we try to squeeze it in like every couple weeks. So yeah, we do. I play a lot of real nerd stuff. And then on video game wise, my wife is way worse than I am. She's playing like Baldur's Gate 3 nonstop, and I'm like, go to sleep. Like, get some sleep. We got a 3-year-old. Go to bed. But like if I'm sitting in the van or something on tour, on Switch, I'm a big Monster Hunter guy. I don't know if you played any of the Monster Hunter franchise. I've been playing since it was on PSP back
Yeah.
in many moons ago. I played like every Monster
You're
Hunter, like
saying that as it's ancient.
oh, dude, yeah. It's so old. But I mean, every one of those games that comes out, I put like probably 4 to 500 hours on it. Just
Nice.
especially from being on tour, it's really easy. And especially, I don't drink. I quit drinking 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So if you drag me to a bar, I've got the Switch with me, and I'm gonna sit there, and some drunk girl is like, "Are you really playing video games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really playing video games." Like,
I
fucking crazy.
I remember, probably around, well, 10 years ago. Now I'm old as well, I guess. But I went to do this sort of a podcast with Mayday Parade as well, and that was the first time me and the crew would go into a tour bus, and we were like, wow, we'll see the big secrets there, and everyone like
Yeah.
partying then, drinking, whatever. And I go there and I see Derek like playing on a Nintendo,
Mhm.
and I'm
Somebody
like,
making it somebody making a sandwich. It's just like
yeah,
normal life. This is
yeah,
100% normal life. Yeah, it
yeah,
could it
yeah,
could it could be disappointing.
yeah. Same, but in you mentioned Blaise the Fall as well. My first encounter with Blaise the Fall, Elliot just joined the band, I remember.
Mm,
And we would go to interview them, and I'm like, wow, Blaise the Fall, they're so so like everyone on the stage, so energetic and stuff like that. I wonder what it's going to be like in the backstage. And Elliot would come in flip-flops and be like, hey, do you want to play some FIFA? Yeah, like,
exactly.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. It is so funny, especially and that's what a lot of those dudes that we've toured with back in the day, and I'm glad that so many of them are still doing it, and I think a lot of that is the bands that continue to succeed are ones who understand, like I was saying, you have to be different people. You have to have different sides of you for different people. Like if
hmm
I went home in my capacity as husband and father here, acting like I did on stage, my marriage wouldn't do well. And the same, like I can't, like if I go on stage, people paid good money to get their faces rocked, and
oh
I need to go
yes,
up there and be who I need to be. And so, but some people don't know how to flip the switch off. And like that's the problem. Is like when people come off stage, their body's not on stage anymore, but their mind's still. I was like, yeah, dude, like back in the locker room with all the bands, like, I don't give a fuck how many streams you've got or this number or that
yeah,
number. I'm like, we're all humans doing the same exact thing. We try to be as civil as possible with each other. Like, don't let egos start getting in the way. And so that's what like it is. I think people have in their mind a lot more of a Motley Crue vibe painted into, but after I mean, and, I used to party with the best of them, but you could only do that for so long before it's just like, you're either going to rehab or you're gonna die, and, like, if you're gonna do it for a while, like, you have to find strike your balance, so, yeah, you just gotta it's pretty mellow back there.
like when you're mentioning, people that are forgetting to flip the switch, and I don't want any names. I'm not looking for controversy or whatever. But are there a lot of these sort of people in the scene? Because I don't know if I'm lucky enough or not. And I've communicated with lots of guys of of this field, but most of them, they look just as very down to earth, very fun guys. Nothing, nothing out of the ordinary. But I guess there are always some rotten apples here and there.
It is very few and far between.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's never anyone who's actually has the merit to act like that. It's always somebody who just thinks they're hot shit. And they're really like not even that. It's just like, I mean, you meet them every once in a while. And that's like one of my little pearls of wisdom in life. Some people suck. Like there's no reason to go. I mean, it's gonna happen. That's the law of just random possibilities. And some people are gonna suck. It is extremely rare. And it's like, so I've encountered it a few times, just kind of like weird egos. Where I think it was at some point there was a debate, especially on tour, like riders. Like people don't realize when you have a band has a rider, like when we get to a show, like let's say like we played 8 hours away last night. So we're rolling into town. We're getting to the venue like 1 p.m. noon. Maybe we got something to eat. Maybe. Probably not. We're gonna load in. We're gonna set up. Everybody's gonna sound check. Then you've got like a little bit of downtime, and then you've got meet and greet, and then the show starts and yada. So in the green room is like just drinks and little food because we're humans and we need a moment. And so like it's like our stuff, and like if you come and you ask or something, or like you're one of the opening bands and you don't have anything, I'm like, yeah, dude, like we're gonna let you make a sandwich, but don't be rolling up in there just helping yourself to stuff. And like it's just poor taste. And at some point, a band that just helped himself to whatever he want. My tour manager rolled in and is like, yo, dude, like you can't just like be in here when nobody's in here going through stuff. And then he started bringing up who's got what YouTube streams and stuff. I'm like, yeah, dude, like you're gonna be like that. You're gonna be like that over a turkey sandwich, dude. Like, just have a little more etiquette. This is all we're asking, No, that's about the extent. Luckily, it's never been anything too severe. So, and for the most part, like I feel like, some people suck, and they always sort themselves out in the end, so you don't have to deal with them too long.
Yeah, that's
Most of the people who you would think have a crazy personality like that, it's just like an act, like in closed doors, they're just selling a product, and that's part of being in the band. Like the reality of it is like, in a certain extent, we are a product, or shipped into different towns, and like your brand is your thing. So, I get it,
I read a very interesting, meme the other day that, saying bands are just salesmen that present their t-shirts for 30 minutes.
I did. I've heard that. And I laughed really hard as a literal t-shirt salesman and a musician. That is not a bad argument. It is one of those things too, because so the company I work for, Cotton Street Apparel. Okay, guys, it's out there. That's where I work. If you want some t-shirts,
we'll put it up.
You email me.
Yeah.
We're not we are not the cheapest company, and that's not what we do there. Like I've been over a decade experience. The owner has 25 years of experience. We specialize in like bougie printing. We do all the water-based stuff. We do like discharge, which is like you print with an acid that pulls the color out of the shirt, and that's how you get the shirt no print feel and stuff. Yeah, we do all that. And like if you're looking to save 25 cents per t-shirt, like there's plenty of screen printers out there for you. That's not what we do. We don't nickel and dime it. We're gonna give you the best service, all the art, and so that's what we do. And like I tell people, and this is like 100% real, everyone just streams your music. Okay, I know that vinyl has had a massive resurgence right now, but the reality is, outside of that, the only physical thing a kid is ever going to have that has your band name on it is that t-shirt.
True.
And you're literally gonna, it's like, you're stepping over $1 to get to a dime. And like when
Mhm.
you put a shirt and you get the cheapest print on it on like a Gildan, just crappy
Yeah.
shirt. Like if kid doesn't feel like he looks cool on the shirt and you don't feel like paying a designer and you get some kind of like scrub design, I'm like, come on, man. And
Yeah.
that's what like you are a brand and like Hot Topic and Warp Tour and all these like part of this music scene is fashion. That's hands down. If you try to pretend it's not, you
Yes.
don't understand what the scene is.
Yes.
And so you got to be able to up your game, dude. And I'm telling you, and like I've proven it time and time again, because we like have uh our web store, which is now run by me and my wife. So if you
Mhm.
guys want Alesana t-shirts, you go to alesana.store. That is literally getting shipped out of my basement. I personally print them. Okay, this is the real deal.
Yeah.
And it's like they cost a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. We
Yeah.
charge a lot because it costs me a little bit more because they don't suck.
Yeah.
And everyone gets that like, initial sticker shock. And I'm like, dude, like, wait till you get it. And like people get it and they love it. And I'm like, yeah. It's like it costs you $5 more.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get a shirt that you're gonna wear forever. And it's like
Yeah.
actually printed right. And it's not gonna wash out in the
It
wash.
actually
And
looks
it's not on
nice
like
on
the
you.
and
Yeah.
it looks like the person who sewed up the shirt saw a
Yeah.
human torso before they did it. It fits properly. So and that's just one of those things. And especially like we have things that like the company I work for is not filled with like minimum wage workers. We all get living wage. All of our t-shirts are printed on it's called wrap certified garments. That means that every step of the process has been thoroughly investigated to make sure there's no like human rights issues and
Mhm.
important stuff like that. And I found that, lay it out there and people are happy to do it. And like you don't have to try to shortchange kids to get the most profit. Just be real with it and like give them what they want. I'm like, all right, it costs a little bit more, but you're doing, the right thing humanitarily, or more money is going to support the artists you like, and the shirt
True.
makes you look cool instead of looking awful.
Yeah.
So that's my sales pitch. So you can come
Yeah.
to an Alesana show and I'll sing for you too. You can hear the rest of it.
That's a great one,
This is
honestly.
right.
Uh,
So, but it is something I feel passionately about, and it's fun, and I love being able to print my own stuff to go from writing a song to taking that and taking it back to visual art and doing a
yeah,
design and then making the design physically appear magically on t-shirts
yeah,
and then ship them off to a kid and then have a kid post a picture like so excited. I'm like,
yeah.
I get to see the full circle and it's awesome.